Okay, we've got Rob back in the room again, and we're back in India. Rob, I suppose people want to know, what's preparation like being coming into the World Cup?
Yeah, I guess for the Australian team, it's been a bit different to what I've experienced in the past in the lead up to other tournaments. But for us, we're pretty lucky because we've been based out of Perth on the west coast of Australia. We've only really travelled to Hobart in Australia, which has been really good. We played Korea there in a 3-test series where we won 2 and had a really tight match, and I think we either drew or lost the last one. But that was pretty much the last chance for selection for our group. We took 25 players over there, which is pretty rare. And that's pretty much the entire squad that we had, bar about 2 or 3 players. So from there we went back to Perth and the team was selected. And since then we had a pretty good lead up where we played a lot of practice matches against ourselves and our Australian A team, which is a really strong group of talented up and coming players. And then the week prior to coming to the World Cup, so about 2 weeks ago, New Zealand came over for a test series on their way through to New Delhi as well. So we played them twice. I think we knocked them off maybe 7-2 and 4-2. Since then, we touched down in Delhi on Monday. We've pretty much trained twice a day through till yesterday, and then we've just tapered before the start of the tournament, which is tomorrow against England, training once a day. So far we played 2 practice matches. First day we played Canada. We won that 4-0, and then we played Germany 2 days ago, which we won 4-0 as well, but that was only a 40-minute match, so I think the Germans had just got off the plane the night beforehand. So for us, we don't really take too much from those results when we look at the scores or the other team, but really we look at ourselves and our performance. But as a whole, it's been a good lead-in so far. Injury-wise, this group's moving pretty good. I think as far as our playing styles go, we're starting to narrow things down a lot. So yeah, I'm confident for a good showing in this World Cup, both from myself and from the group. But essentially our pool is a really tough pool. We've got England first up, followed by the hosts in India, which should be a huge match. Especially them coming off their first game, which is Pakistan-India, which apparently is a sellout of about 16,000 to 18,000 people in this stadium, which is going to be awesome.
I mean, I've got to say, Rob, I was on the taxi on the way over here, talking to the taxi driver. First thing he said, look, mate, are you in the World Cup? And I said, yeah. And he goes, yeah, it's tonight, India-Pakistan. Is that the only game that's on?
Yeah.
I was like, no, there's 2 other games beforehand, but they actually are quite mad about tonight's game.
Yeah, and absolutely. I mean, when you look at it, you've got something like 40 press outlets here in English, all Indian channels, and everyone wants a story, and everyone's talking about the Indian-Pakistani game because, I mean, historically, these are fantastic matches, and they always live up to the hype. They're always a shootout. It's free flowing. The crowd loves it. It's great for world hockey. So that's going to be a really exciting match. That's actually after we play England on the first day. So I think we'll quickly rush back here with a recovery so we can get back and watch the game as well. So it should be pretty cool. But for us, after we play India in the second match, we then play South Africa, Pakistan and Spain. So when you look at the pools, I mean, it's a World Cup, so you expect it to be bloody tough. But I mean, all 5 of those teams in our pools that we've got to come up against are bloody good teams. And I mean, if we don't play well enough on those days, then I mean, there's going to be no excuse. So for us, I think our focus is going to be definitely just taking it sort of one game at a time. And I mean, we can't really plan forward yet because if we don't do well against England, then you're already behind the 8 ball. So I think we're gearing up pretty well for a massive clash, especially with the history between Australia and England. We've always had good battles, and they're definitely a rising force and a really good team. They've got some standout players, so it should be a pretty exciting game, I think.
Well, yeah, definitely looking for all those you guys out there. You'll be watching this blog, and then very soon you'll probably actually know the results. So if we get back in, Rob, I'll have to see if I can chat to you in the future, and hopefully it's all good news from your point of view.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, I'll jump on the G-Life a fair bit throughout this tournament to let you know how things are looking behind the scenes of the Australian team. So be sure to check back, and thanks for tuning in.
Cheers.
See ya.